A very good evening, everyone. Thank you so much to all the students for joining us. We have been really looking forward to interacting with you. First of all, congratulations on the brilliant work you've done. Each one of you, I would say, is commendable, and all of us can definitely agree with that. What do you think, Raghav?
Absolutely agreed. I've been going through the thousands of responses we received. So it's been a busy weekend actually, I would say, but it's been really nice to see the kind of responses that have come in on Instagram, on the Google Forms. So it's been pretty amazing.
Absolutely. Be it the social media memes you've done and promoting the Mindless Scholarship Fund, that's something we'll talk about as well, because that's the exciting thing. But other than that, the task you were given, brilliant work. We had a good time. I won't say it was tiring because it was a lot of learning for us. Some of the students were
Absolutely.
really diverse with the work they've done, the ideas they put across. That makes us think certainly. And today also we have a really exciting masterclass with, of course, Parikshit sir. You're all familiar with him by now. And we will be starting shortly. In the meanwhile, we just wanted to talk to you about what we have been feeling about the work you're doing, and I want to discuss with you because because we really get to interact with you. Some of you write to us on Internet Mindler, reach out to us, which we really appreciate. But also some of the things that we wanted to talk to you about was the kind of impact you're making. I recently got to know Raghav. In fact, I was talking to you about this as well. This student had reached out to me how she has been able to benefit already with what she's learning. These small,
Right.
small messages from you are so encouraging for all of us. And
Absolutely.
does
In fact, I do have one more thing which really, it was very striking over the weekend when I was going through these assignments. The kind of effort they've put in, some of them have created memes and posts and everything, but there was a majority of them who've actually made the effort to write it on paper and scan that. And you should look at that work, the kind of hand drawings they've made. So,
I'm
I
sure.
can tell the amount of time that has gone into it. They've actually taken the time out to color those drawings also. So amazing effort there.
No, absolutely. That's just definitely brilliant. And the idea is that each one of you put in so much hard work, like Raghav just said. That's one of the instances. I have seen people using Canva and work on such amazing softwares coming and producing brilliant work. I remember this kid, he messaged me saying that, sir, my video size is too big. I'm like, just share it with me. And I was just delighted to see that. The reason of pointing these things out is we don't miss out. All of us have so many requests on Instagram all the time because you're putting in those amazing quality work and posts and memes throughout the day. Even if we are having a stressful day with work and everything, we see those memes and we always have a laugh because they're so funny, they're so innovative. Just to
Absolutely.
tell you that some of our friends are marketers, work in marketing, are team members, and they come across those posts and they see when we reshare them or they have a look at them. They're like, "That's brilliant. We can't come up with these ideas. That means you're so present. That's just amazing. So keep doing the good work. We
Yep.
really hope that you are learning and having fun. That's important. We certainly are enjoying it.
Yes, there is a masterclass from PD Sir today. They seem to be very excited about that. And
Absolutely, yes.
yeah, another
So
thing I
what?
saw about the assignments and memes, they've been very current with the topics. They've covered politics,
Absolutely.
they've covered sports. So it's really nice to see 12th graders so active in the current affairs sector.
Absolutely. Especially, I love the memes about Donald Trump. Like they're hilarious.
Absolutely.
I think if we were to recommend those memes to Saturday Night Live, they will love them because the kind of quality work they're doing. Be it shows, like you said, sports. I saw the other day a meme on Chris Gayle or something. Amazing it was, hilarious. I mean, they're just brilliant. Okay, they're super, super excited, and we
Yep.
definitely know that. In the meanwhile, of course, we just want to say that, Parikshit sir is just there. It happens when we have a concert and there are celebrities coming. So Raghav and I just, warming up the show for all of you. Okay,
Yes.
students, let's do it this way. Let's do the raise of hand thing. How excited are we? Let's see the numbers go up.
Yeah.
Okay, see, that was quick. That was really quick. I
They
did
become
not
used to the drill
anticipate.
now.
Yeah, they're like, okay, every time they're gonna come, they're gonna ask us. But it's fun, no? This
It's
is the
it's
only
really
way,
fun.
sadly. Otherwise, we would have been like, gone around high-fiving everyone. Oh, they're saying they love it. Perfect. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah, we do have the chat on for the moment because we really like to chat with you all. Very excited, too hyped, amazing.
Brilliant. Like that. Okay, Raghav, this is actually overwhelming. This is brilliant.
Absolutely. This is what keeps us motivated, for the entire project.
And every day, every day when we're working, we see that you are taking something away from this. That was the goal behind it. And we will announce the winners. Don't worry. I see in the middle something sliding. But this is just amazing. Thank you so much for that. Brilliant. And trust me, I think the two of us can definitely say that we get a lot of messages, we miss out on some, but it's not that we haven't seen them. We just tend to miss out. Just imagine the thousands and thousands of you. And I feel so proud saying that there's so many of you on board.
It's these guys who have made it the world's largest internship drive. So they should be super proud as well that they're a part of it.
Absolutely. Goes without saying. This is something we are doing together. Now, I want to just quickly brief you about the masterclass you're going to have. Of course, this is a very crucial time for all of you. Considering what has happened in the last 7 months, don't even want to talk about it. We're only hoping for things to get better. But yes, that is the idea for Parikshit sir to come in and talk to you about. Okay, I saw a very interesting message. I'll just come to that. But the idea is to help you understand how the next few months look like. How do you make your plans? How do you get into your career journeys? It's a very crucial time for you. Those of you who are in class 12, those of you who passed out class 12 this year, but still very important time for you. How do you manage time? How do you work on setting your goals? Who are the people you need in a journey to guide you and help you and mentor you and support you? Ilyana, the reaction button is enabled. I think so. If you mean the raise of hands, that's still enabled.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you so much for saying that, Samriddhi. That's a very valuable statement. And that's a very perfect.
I think we can take one quick question, Abhishek, from Ayati. She's written, so apart from attending masterclasses, what will we do in the internship? We might not be old enough, but maybe some sort of experience would be really great. What's your say on this?
No, absolutely. That's a very relevant point. And today itself, coincidentally, I was talking to one of the students your age, and he mentioned that, how do we learn from internships? See, the idea is, I think this is something initially Prateek had mentioned when we started the orientation and discussed this, that you are actually in the moment, you are understanding what's happening. And it's sometimes even beyond the masterclass, you're learning by doing. You're observing how an organization functions. We certainly didn't have that opportunity. I can say it for both Raghav and I, and we would have been lucky and given anything away if we got a chance like this. So it's a brilliant way. I think you've been coached by brilliant mentors, someone like Parikshit Sir, Prateek, Isha, Vansh, you're interacting with them. That's all that you can, I think, that's another thing to appreciate about.
Had I had a certificate of internship when I was in grade 12, it would have made a world of a difference in my college applications, to be very honest.
Absolutely. And just by the way, most of you know, Raghav, he comes from brilliant schools at undergrad and postgrad level. And that if he's saying that it adds value, I would attest to that. So that's, again, a very important point. But whatever you can take away, you can interact with us. We tend to talk to all of you in whatever mode of communication. But of course, there's a lot of learning.
So Pranav is asking that he's also preparing for his JEE along with the boards. How to utilize the time? Pranav, that's exactly what this session is. Better time management for the next 6 months. So just hold those thoughts. PD sir is going to be amazing at it today.
Khushi, we won't be talking about all the top universities, but of course you can reach out to us. We'll help you there. Sir will give you an idea which plan will help you prepare for every possible university. Dhruv, yes, we both are from Einberg Island. Yes.
They've been doing their homeworks.
They're doing the homework very well. Perfect. Okay, I see Parikshit sir joining in as well. Good evening, Prateek. Good evening, Parikshit sir.
Good evening, sir.
I'm so sorry. So sorry. The meeting just wouldn't get over, and vice chancellors and so many people were there. I just ran. All right, here we go. So how are we doing?
Amazing. We were just having a nice little chat interaction with all the students.
Okay, all of them are there?
Yes,
A lot
sir.
of them.
Like a lot of them are there, and
Oh,
they've been waiting for you. You should have read the comments that they were waiting eagerly about a session. So
sorry,
yes,
sorry. Due apologies, but please understand. It's like we were in a meeting with the university, Pratik and I, and the university, right from vice chancellor to just about everyone, so I excused myself and I just rushed. All right, let's start. So dear students, I am assuming that all of you are waiting for this session, and I hope I'm able to, uh, come to terms, and I hope whatever I'm trying to do for you works to your advantage. All right. I have given it a thought, and if I promise you one thing, if you're able to understand this session and the philosophy behind it and the strategies that I'll share with you, I can promise you one thing: this will only yield results, positive results. That I can assure you. All right. Great. So Abhishek, can we kind of have the presentation?
sure.
Right. Now, dear students, I wanted to do this without a presentation so that all of you understand, but it's just like these pointers will kind of help you, and you could maybe click, a pic. And anyway, this session's going to be recorded, right? This is being recorded, right? Great.
Yes,
Let me just get my pointers, please. I'm just picking up my pointers to help me while we go through this, right? Okay, so my pointers are already here with me. Oh my God, I haven't even had 1 second. Yeah, great. All right, let's start with the first one, please. Okay, right.
So if you want access, you should have access as well.
I have access? Okay, great. Let me check.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Second, I'm just checking. Yes, it's working, right?
Yep.
Great. All right. Super. Let me just catch my breath. Perfect. So how to make the best use of next 6 months, right? We go further, and what are we looking at? We are looking at roughly about 6 months. Okay, now let me share with you why are we looking at 6 months. So there are few challenges here, all right? Challenges as in, usually now, to the best of my knowledge, KVPY is happening in January. Or we are still looking at if JEE will be conducted in January or not, we will get to know. Talking about board exams, will they happen in February, March, or likely to be postponed to maybe April or May? Okay, likely. All right, don't count me and don't hold me there, because we are also talking to the boards, talking to the officials, trying to understand. As and when we get to know, we'll pass on that information. Anyway, today the information flies like crazy. Next is, let's understand the challenges before us. The challenge is that this is also going to be a very dynamic year. Now, when you say dynamic year, please understand what do I mean? What do I mean? It's like you'll have to be nimble. You'll have to be agile. You'll have to be very flexible, because a lot of ifs and buts happening this year also. 2020, as we've talked about so many times, has been a difficult year, and 2021 doesn't look to be that easy, all right? So therefore, when we're talking about what is it that we need to prepare on, before I come back to this slide, I am going to move to, right, let's first understand this. Okay, now this is very important for students. I mean, I know all of you know it, but if you don't know it, let's look at it. What was life if there was no COVID? What was life? And please, procrastinators of the world, I have a procrastinator in me, some part of it. Procrastinators, all those people who need a push and a nudge, beta, study. My dear, study. Teacher, study. All of us who need a push and a shove and a nudge and a reminder, and a test is already here. Oh, there are only so many days left. All of you, please understand, pre-COVID was a brilliant phase. Why? You had your periodic tests, you had your term, you had your midterm, pre-boards, board exams. There was always some kind of a system around you. Your tuitions, your coaching classes, your 3-hour tests, your 2-hour tests, your mock runs, and so on, and getting to know where you are. So regular monitoring and intervention to keep you on the right track, regular assessments, tuitions, coaching. There was a very strong, conducive environment. And where are we today? Can I say you're a master of your own destiny? You were earlier also, but it's like, if you want to sleep through this year, you can do that. And that's the dangerous aspect that we are dealing with. Supposing you're doing your online classes. Your online classes, you want to hide and run. You want to play video games on the side. You want to connect, chat with people. Everything is possible. So therefore, that intrinsic motivation, that motivation that comes from within, right? All those people who are motivated, whether they can manage their distractions, they can also manage their life. There is no mummy, papa, no siblings, no teacher, no ecosystem to tell them to work hard. They will work hard anyway. They will get up at the right time. They will sleep at the right time. Their assessments, their assignments will reach before time. Their preparation will be on their own. Are we talking about them? No. They will anyway make it with or without my session. So then who am I talking to? Then I'm talking to all of us who would need some sort of external motivation and support many a times, right? So therefore, post-COVID is a very, very different era that I'm talking about, right? Let's go further. Before I start talking about strategies, let me first tell you, oh my God. Okay, let's first understand what is outside your control, all right? School schedule, school assessment timelines, board exams, when they will happen, under what, will they be offline, online, what is going to be the parameters, timelines, entrance exams, will they be, proctored, offline, will they be staggered on one single day? Everything is outside your control, but what is within your control? Let's look at it. Plan ABC, which is what are you going to do this year? And I'm going to go into the depth. All right, don't worry. I'm going to go into the depth. I'm going to look at an engineering student, meaning science student. I'm sorry to use the word engineering. Science student, both towards biology and towards mathematics. I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about a commerce student. I'm also going to talk about a humanities student. So don't worry. I'm going to talk about coaching institutions. I'm also going to talk about entrance exams, board preparation. I will talk about all that in detail. I'm also going to talk about structured strategies to crack. However, after my session is over, it is up to you how to utilize whatever I'm sharing with you. So I'm coming in purely from a coach's perspective, right? So what is within your control? Let's see. Making a plan ABC, well within your control. First, deciding. The first and foremost thing is to decide, what am I going to do after class 12? What course is well within your control? And if it is not till now, if you haven't decided, I'll also tell you how to go about it. So number one, I'm assuming that all of you know what you're doing after 12. Number one. I'm also assuming you have a plan B and a plan C in place. Your CV, which is your resume, your biodata, you will get it ready. Your entrance exam preparation is also happening well within your control. Your college applications, whether it is about India or it is US, UK, other parts of Europe, Singapore, Hong Kong, whatever you're thinking, I don't know how many of you are applying to international institutions, how many of you are applying to liberal arts and sciences, how many of you are preparing for other institutions, right? Tuition, coaching, right timing, taking out time from your busy schedule to study. Is it well within your control? Yes, within your control. Your letters of recommendation getting in from your teachers, your predicted grades in order to apply, all that, is that within your control? Absolutely. Where to apply, when to apply, your ability to motivate yourself. You know when you're not studying, you know when you're distracted, you know when you're not in a great mind space. So how will I get to know as a coach? Never. How will your parents get to know what's happening here and here? It's only you who will decide who to reach out to. You could reach out to your best friends. You could reach out to your relatives, your parents, your friends, your external agency, wherever. That choice is with you. You have tons of distractions. There is IPL going on. There are so many other things happening. Power of this phone. A lot of positives, amazing negatives. So all the distractions that are there, managing time on the OTT platforms, everything is within your control. Now that is something very important for you to understand. You can't come around and tell me, you know what, Parikshit, let me tell you, I completely understand what you're saying. But let me tell you, I start to study and then somehow I switch on the TV or my phone or whatever. I have complete intention to study, but then one phone call will come, or I'll start talking to someone, or I'll start flipping channels, or I'm reading about everything else but my study. Tell me how to handle this. And I'll be looking at you and asking you, so what do you want to do about it? I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. Okay. So let's say I'll give you an answer. Yeah, please give me an answer. I've given you the answer. Will you work on that? No. Because ultimately, all of you know what you have to do. The problem is how to go about, how to manage yourself, how to manage each one of you yourself. You know the right thing that you have to study. You know the right thing, right time, what needs to be done. The problem is how to do it, how to win over yourself, how to tell yourself, listen, like let me share with you. So I've not been well, all right? Cold, sore throat, fever. I've been, I had 101 last evening, and I had a lot of webinars to take, right? So I dozed off very early in the evening. I got up around 10:30, 11 after having slept for an hour or two, and I wasn't feeling well. But the back of my mind, I knew I had to take this session with you today. So I started writing my notes, and this is how I started writing my notes. If you can see this, I don't know if you can see this or not. And I started writing notes, 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 notes. I went on and on. I finished this so that so it's like I know what needs to be done, has to be done. Now your point could be, Parikshit, you're a coach yourself. You know how to manage yourself. You've got years of experience, right? Right? Maybe, but you're missing out one thing. Whether you have experience or you don't have experience, you know time is running out. There's no one who has to remind you that time is running out. And each day when I'm not focused, when I'm not able to study, so we'll go on that. Don't worry. Let's go further. Let's look at an average schedule and a powerful schedule. All right. and please, if there is anyone who wants to, just 1 second. Abhishek, is the chat on?
No, sir. Do you want me to switch it on?
No, not right. Whenever I ask a question, is it possible that few of them can answer? Will that be okay?
I mean, that will be open for everyone. We can do that.
Right? Okay, great. Okay. So I want few quick inputs. I'll tell you when I need inputs, okay? And then
let me know. So let me know. Let me know.
Okay. Because I want few very specific questions to come from the audience so that I can help them. All right. Now let's look at an average schedule. Okay. And please understand, I'm just picking up average schedule. Your situation could be unique. For example, say I get up early morning and I do my classes start at about 8. Okay. Now whether they start at 7:30, 8:30, 9, I'm saying let's say they start at 8. My classes get over at about 1. All right. Certain people classes could get over at 3, 2:30, 1. I don't know that. Okay. So I'm just saying, let's say 8 to 2 average classes. All right. I'm not sure if you have extra classes happening. All right. Then I think you're on an average sleeping about 6 to 8 hours a day. All right. I'm assuming you are sleeping less or more. I'm saying what is relevant, 6 to 8 hours a day. Next is, you have some sort of a tuition. Now, certain people can have a coaching institute where they are going for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours of coaching, right? Certain people can have 1 tuition a day. Someone can have 2 tuitions a day. Someone may not have any tuition on a given day. So I've taken an average, all right? I'm just telling you as to how I'm devising, okay? I've just kept up. Now there is I'm just tired because of too much of, I'm a student and I'm tired because of too much exposure to online. I may want to give rest to my body and I may just say, hey, excuse me, I'm too tired. Can I just have a nap of 1 hour? Then something like 30 minutes lunch, 30 minutes dinner. I'm just kind of, looking at that. And then some time to just relax and listen to my music, or I just want to play a game for 30 minutes, some sort of relaxation built in, and I'm looking at about 3 to 4 hours. Then there must be some homework and assignment if you are going to a regular school, right? So maybe an hour. Oh, you're a smart one. You're already doing your assignments during your school classes on, all right? You're just listening to the person and you're saying, okay, it's not very you are there, you're physically present, but you're trying to finish your assignment while the assignment is being discussed, or it's a different class, you're bored to death and you want to do something and you do this. So depending on that, or maybe you're spending an hour here. So let's look at about 23 hours, give or take 20, 21, 22, whatever. How much time is left for self-study? You know that. Now let's look at a powerful schedule. All right. And over and above this, we can even have a more powerful schedule. Let me show you this. So I'm saying school, school says 6 to 7 hours. Sleep, I'm cutting down, I'm keeping it to 6 hours. 2 hours of tuition and then nap and so on. And I'm keeping about 4 hours for my self-study. All right. 4 to 5 hours for my self-study. Now the difference here will be if I'm doing a coaching and thorough coaching for 4-5 hours, which means I may not have those self-study hours. Then you have to do this. Okay. So my Monday to Wednesday looks difficult. Thursday, I have a spare day where I get few extra hours. Saturday, I don't have tuitions or coaching. I get to play more. I get to study more. Or Sunday, you have to do your daily and your weekly schedule. So daily, if you are struggling, maybe Monday to Friday, you virtually have no scope, right? Then Saturday, Sunday, some rest for your body, some rest for your mind, and everything else has to be devoted to, whether it's your entrance exam or it's your 12th class preparation or it's applications, whatever, something has to be given. Now, my point is, now please try and understand, students. You will say, Parikshit, this is too much. Are you serious? So much has to be done. Let's look at a scenario. All dear friends, please look at a scenario. From nursery, KG, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. 10th, someone asked you, what about your board result? In 12th class, many will never ask you this question, what were your marks in 10th class? 12th class, you've come to the last mile, which is next 6 months. And slowly we will get into last 2 months. And then we will get into 15 days to preparation. the night before. Please understand, in a realistic environment like last year, in a realistic environment, even if you were missing it, even if you were not very enthusiastic about studies, the system would make you study through something or the other. Today, those bonds have broken to a considerable extent. And when those bonds have broken, you're on your own. And if you don't lift yourself, trust me, many of them will not even get to know that you are not in the race. Many of them will not get to know. Now, supposing there are assignments being given to me, and what I do, I simply somehow do those assignments by hook or crook. Is it going to make any difference to your preparation? Huge. I am talking to thousands of students on weekly basis, and one of them saying, Parikshit, it's so difficult, I can't study. Okay, Parikshit, you know what? I'm awake most part of the night, and then by the time I crash, it's too late. My whole body clock has gone for a toss. I just don't know when to get up. Oh my God, my body is fatigued when I get up in the morning. Most of my classes, I'm like a dead body just sitting there. People are struggling. So therefore, watch this. Watch this. Wait, I'm taking you to something called a superpower schedule. Why is it empty? Let me share with you why is it empty. Let's just stay with me. Let's look at November. All right. Today is 2nd of November. So November is what? 30 days. So let's say you have 28 days left, but there is Diwali. There are a few other festivals. Let's say 3 days. Let's remove 3 days. Say I have 25 days, 10, 20, 25 days, 25 days. Write it on a piece of paper, 25 days in the month of November. And say every day you start picking up 2 hours of self-study. Okay, just keep it. Okay, just write it. Okay, in your somewhere, just write it. So 25 into 2 hours every day. Please understand, whether it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. 2 hours every day, no music, no TV, no noise. You are practicing every day. 25 days into 2 hours each is 50 hours. November gone. December 50, Jan 50, Feb 50, March 50, April 50. 300 hours is all that you have. Without a single break any day, 2 hours of self-study, which means your entire board preparation dependent on 300 hours. Your entire entrance exam preparation dependent on 300 hours. Your applications, the time, everything dependent on essays. If you're writing and if you're applying to other universities, 300 hours. Now let's double the effort. Let's say I'm going to study 4 hours a day. Now someone says, Parikshit, that's not possible. Not possible. Why? Because my regular work does not allow me 4 hours every day. No problem. Okay. So 4 hours every day into 7 days is how many? 4 into 7 is how much? 28 days, 28 hours. No problem. Okay. No problem. You can't give me 4 hours every day. Can't give yourself. Saturday, Sunday, how much time can you take? Parikshit, I think I can take out on a Saturday and Sunday, if I work like crazy, maybe Sunday 6, maybe Saturday 4. Okay, 10 hours, right? 10 hours. So Monday to Friday, how many? 2 hours every day. So 2 hours into 5 is 10. And Saturday and Sunday 10. That's 20 hours. Again, 100 hours in a month. In a month, right? Considering that there are 5 weeks, 80 to 100 hours every month. Now, if I get 100 hours every month, which means how many hours do I have? 600 hours only, without a single day break. So which means my entire preparation, right from my all chapters of every book, of every subject, every chapter, fundamentals of that chapter, applications of that chapter, reading, digesting, attempting questions of that chapter, going for blueprint, understanding, writing those chapters, writing meaning practicing, then taking periodic tests, then preparing for your school exams, then preparing for your board exams, practicals thereof, 3 hours of practicing mock tests, only 600 hours. Now on top of it, maybe you're preparing for NEET, maybe you're preparing for JEE, maybe you're preparing for CLAT, ALET, maybe you're preparing for undergrad business management, maybe you're preparing for absolutely 95, 90, 99. I have no idea what you're preparing for. 600 hours. Is that a luxury? Yeah. Now, can you go beyond 600 hours? Can you take out that kind of time? Are you telling me students will not be doing that? Students may be doing that. Will they be able to do it every day? May not be. They may be picking up the right spots. That's called strategy. Okay, what are right spots? There will be holidays. There'll be some break. There will be some national holiday. So what are students waiting for? Certain students will be waiting for, I'm getting 7-day holiday. 7-day meaning there is no school. Wow. So 7-day, if there is no school, 7 hours that I was spending in my school classes, that's a bonus. So now go back to, wait, stay with me. Go back to students who've taken their board exams in 2020. Now, if they have done their board exam in 2020 and they are also appearing with you for the same entrance exams for same colleges, do they have to go to school? No. So those 7 hours that you are spending in school, are they spending? No. So in the entire day, how does their schedule looks like? 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and the rest is eating food, resting, relaxing for some time, playing with my pet, if that's possible, bonding with my family for some time over dinner and lunch, and saying, Namaste. What happened? Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Why? I am only working for one thing in my life, which is for my personal success. How long will you take? I will only take 5 to 6 months. That's it. Because history will be written in 5 to 6 months. That's it. That's it. So my request to each one of you who's listening to me, number one, before I go ahead, is you have to prepare your powerful schedule. How will that schedule be? It has to be daily. It has to be weekly. It has to be monthly. Why? Because sometimes you will have a daily schedule, and your daily schedule to a lot of people can be like this. I will get up at 6. I will study. I will have a glass of water. I will study. No, this may work for some. This may not work for everyone. Right? Certain people, the moment you make a schedule, they can't follow. But if you tell them, listen, you have to do 4 hours of self-study today. Yeah, this looks okay. Why? Because I can do it with flexibility. So to someone, flexibility may work. To someone, structure may work. I'm only saying it's not like every strategy has to have a perfect fitment. Depending upon your comfort, you do that. But why daily schedule is important? I'll tell you why. Right? Only for one reason. I, as a student, I'm a 12th class student. I need to know where my time is going waste. Now, what is waste? Please understand what is waste. Waste is unproductive time. Unproductive. What is unproductive? You are taking rest. You're giving rest to your mind and body. Is that unproductive? No, that is helping you regroup. So that's productive. You spending some quality time with your family, that's giving you positive motivation, positive vibe. That's not, that's productive. All right. You taking care of your health, maybe half an hour of jog in and around. Maybe you're doing some physical exercise. Okay. That's again productive, right? Maybe you're just picking up music and listening to music, productive. But you can't be like 2-3 hours gone, binging on social media. No way. That's not productive. So why a daily schedule? Because you, my friend, need to know where is your time going every day. Then what am I supposed to achieve? So for example, before you sleep every day, you can make a note. Tomorrow I am going to accomplish this. This week, these many chapters, this I'm going to get it over. Then monthly, what do I want to finish? So that's one. Next is something now we are entering into. Let's look at key strategies. Okay. Now I'm entering into this area, key strategies. Number one, preparing a daily, weekly, and a monthly schedule. That's one. All your chapters, whatever you're doing, right from fundamentals to chapters to subjects to applications to the advanced level questions, which is your entrance exams. To entrance exams, your strong fundamentals, your weak areas, your strength areas, your challenges. Those challenges need to be discussed with your coaches, with your tuition guys, with your tutors, discussion with teachers, and so on. Managing your constructive, most importantly, your destructive emotions. Now, this is very, very important area for you, dear friends. Very important area. Why? Because a lot of times, because we are not able to handle our emotions, in turn, it directly affects our performance. For example, you picked up a fight with your friend. You're not feeling good with your loved ones or something, and that comes to play on your mind, and that can keep you away from work for a few hours, maybe a couple of days. You're not okay. Can you afford that? Okay. Now, I don't know. This may sound weird, but let me share this with you. Supposing, say I have, how do I explain it to you? Okay. Supposing I have, say, you've decided, forget about 6 months for the timing. Okay. You've decided I'm going to study, say 2 hours to 4 hours every day. Okay. Whatever works for you. Okay. You've decided that. Then you've decided this week I'm going to see where do I invest those hours, right? You've decided where you're going to invest those hours, right? Now, so ultimately it's a game of 50 to 100 hours, right? 2 hours every day into 25, or 4 hours every day into 25 is 100. So 50 to 100. Now suddenly when you start to watch a season, okay, one season, maybe you've lost 10 hours. When you're picking up on IPL and watching the entire IPL, 4 hours gone, one match. When you're doing nothing, you're just chatting with your friends and you suddenly see, oh, today I haven't utilized my time. Suddenly out of 100, 4 gone, 10 gone, and week. And you're like, what am I doing? The problem is why I'm sharing this with you is, my dear friends, at times you will not get to know where time goes. So therefore, you have to understand this. You have to guard your time. You have to guard your time. If I can share something with you, I'm sorry, please, it's not any comparison, but I'm just trying to tell you how do I guard my time. And it's not that I learned it overnight. Just let me share that with you. So see this. I don't know how many of you can see this. Abhishek, can you see this? Right? So this is how, this is how each and every 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and then you click. All right, 30 minutes here, 45 minutes here, 1 hour here. Now you will say, Parikshit, that's a robotic existence. No, I will also de-stress. I will also sit and watch something, read something, music, talk to students, talk to my family, play with my golden retriever. I will also do that. But there is something called timing. I know what is my peak time. My peak is either late evening, all right? My peak is either late evening, but late evening when I hit my peak, that is not when I'm going to interact with professionals. That is my peak for me to think, for me to innovate, for me to talk to my team, for me to, do my research or do my study. But so therefore, you also have to see what timing of the day works for you. Is it morning? Is it early morning? Is it kind of, somewhere in the early evening? Is it late evening? Next is, a lot of students ask me, Parikshit, I love to study at night. It works best. So you can, if it works for you. However, to what extent it works for you, let me share something with you. At times, if you study till about 11, 12, 1, it's doable very well within your control. You sleep at 1, worst case 1:32, provided you have school at about 8:30, it can still be managed. But the moment you start hitting 2, 2:30, 3, 3:30, you're entering a gray area. A gray area. Why? Because your body and mind will be tired and you will go through your classes not registering anything here, right? If it is working for you, great. Most of them, it may not work. So therefore, for certain people, what can work is sleep early, maybe 12, let's call it a night, get up at 6, you've got 6 hours of good sleep, get up at 6, within 15, 20 minutes, you're ready, half an hour, you're ready, pick up those 2 hours and pick up those strong areas, do that before your school starts. So I'm just sharing what will happen. Now, important thing. Okay, students, please listen to this carefully. And this is to all of you. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to tell you what is in it for you. So number 1 is chapters. All right, say I have to do 20 chapters. One thing is, when will I read that chapter? When I read that chapter, I get to know how difficult or easy that chapter is. All right. Then I practice questions based on certain chapters, which can be called section test, periodic test. Then there is something called a full length test, entire 2-hour, 3-hour test on so many chapters, right? And then you have something called simulated mock assessments. Then you look at your mock and you say, oh, I didn't even have the time to finish the paper, right? Or I did it. I had so many silly mistakes that I made. Then you have to analyze that paper. You have to iron out the flaws. Why? So that you're better prepared for the next mock assessment. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is right from first learning those chapters. So you have to remember, when are you starting to read those chapters? Is it somewhere within your monthly, weekly, daily schedule? Next, let's look at, one second. One second, just stay with me. Yeah. Now let's look at, now let's pick up, I am now getting into commerce, humanities, and science. How can you prepare your plans, all right? Your plans. Now, these are very important. I'm talking about your career plans quickly. Who do I start with? Team, tell me, do I start with science, humanities, or commerce? Choose one. Choose one, anyone.
So start with science, because a lot of students will be preparing for all those major exams.
That's a tragedy in our country. Always start with science. Why can't we start with humanities and commerce? Okay, let's start with, let's ask the students. Okay, quickly, jaldi se. Let's ask them and just open it, and then we'll tell me quickly, science, commerce, humanities. I'm going to give you different possibilities. Done, close it.
How will you figure out from this?
We're going ahead with commerce. Okay, oh my God. Let's start with commerce. All right. Don't worry. I will talk to all of you. Okay, I'm not running away. Done. So let's start with commerce first, okay? And then we'll move to science and or arts or whatever. I'm a commerce student. My subjects can be, I'm sorry, I'm just sharing with you, your subjects can be different, okay? My subjects on an average are business studies, accounts, economics, English, maths. I may have maths, I may not have maths, okay? And on that, I may have entrepreneurship, I may have picked up a lot of other subjects that are possibilities, okay? Great. Now, what is the first thing that a commerce student can do this year? Is one, you would have known about chartered accountancy. So one area can be, I can follow accounts. So from accounts, I can move towards chartered accountancy, right? That's one. Second is I can follow economics. And from economics, it can be economics major, it can be economics bachelor's, it can also be other combinations from economics and maths, which is statistics and so on. Next is I'm looking at management, right? So these are few areas. And over and above this, I can look at many other areas which are not even central to commerce, which can be hotel management, it can be law. So those are all areas which are common to all three streams, okay? So let's talk just about commerce right now, quickly. Number one, three ways that you can reach to your college next year. One is all the liberal arts and sciences universities, which are offering you either a major in finance or economics or entrepreneurship or something called undergrad business management program in their institutions. When do you apply? Number one. And it not like everyone has to apply. So somebody says, I want to apply right away. Okay. So what is the period? The game is you need to apply either before November, first cycle, or before December for the second cycle. Okay. So that's one option. Now, what do you need to prepare? You need to have your profile with you, right? Your marks, which is your what you call the mark sheets and your predicted grades. And then there is an aptitude test. All right, your transcripts, and then there's an aptitude test. So I can, if I'm interested, anyone who's interested can go and look at applying to these programs. Great. So I'm not interested, no worry. I'm interested, go ahead and apply. Next is I move to something called, I prepare for my board exams, right? I prepare for my board exams. Why? Because either I will go to these colleges through my marks, which is BCom honors, Eco honors, and so on, or the next stage is going to be my entrance exams. So which means entrance exams I need to prepare now. How do I prepare? Very simple. So the few ones in the country, few ones can be NCR. You can look at NCR. You can look at Bangalore. You can look at Mumbai, Pune, Indore, whatever places that you're looking at. So the Symbiosis, the Narsi Monjis of the world, the IIM Indore, the IIM Rohtak, the DUJT, the Bennett's, the Shivnathas, the OP Jindals, or whatever, IP University, Jamia Millia Islamia, the Nirmas, and KJ Somayas, or whatever across the world, the Bharati Vidyapeeths, whatever that you can think of, okay? Manipal, and so on. Anything in the country, right? You're applying to. Whatever. So therefore, each one of you has to look at this. Plan A. If you're already a student who's 100% sure that you're academically going crazy and you are hitting 90-95% already in that range, okay? You're already in that range. Then you pick up few universities, which are your best 5. Put it as plan A in the entrance exam. Maybe keep few, the second round, 2, 3, or 4 universities, put it as plan B within the business management domain. Close it. No, hold on. I'm a student who's kind of studying, but for me, the range is 80s. All right. For me, the range is 80s. And I'm letting you decide. You have to decide wherever you want to go. In the 80s, I pick up 1 or 2, the top ones. I practice for the top ones, but I also keep good amount of middle rung universities. And I kind of have a backup. All right. I'm a student who's doing a lot of other things, may not be very strong in academics. All right. But what is the bare minimum marks that you need? All right. Dear students, the bare minimum marks that you need to survive has to be anything between the range of 60 to 75, 80. That's bare minimum. Why? Many universities in the country will have minimum eligibility at 60%, 65 or 70. Now, what do you have to do for that? You have to apply for few, but you have to prepare for and have very strong backups, right? So you have to have a list of colleges. These are the colleges that I'm applying. When do the applications open? Next important step. Next important step is you are preparing for the entrance exams. Now, one is you're doing coaching. Great. I'm not doing coaching, Parikshit. Can you give me a list of books that I can prepare on my own? My team will send you, will put it in your groups, will send you a list of books, both in English, reasoning, analytical and logical reasoning, mathematics, GK, business GK, whatever, and free resources. All the free resources that are available in the country, online resources that you could use. Where to go buy your mock test, where to go and buy your previous year papers. We've done all that, right? Great. Next. So therefore, you prepare for your entrance exam now. So when you pick up 2 to 4 hours every day, you also have to balance your entrance exam with your school studies. And how do you balance? You give some time to the entrance exam, little time to the board preparation. Then you keep preparing. Then the exams come. Exams, you give more weightage to the study, board study, less weightage to the entrance exams. And then comes what is called pre-boards and boards. Sorry, entrance exam preparation, stop, focus only on this. Then one day, this entire thing is over. Let's go all out for our entrance exams. All right. That's how I will suggest a commerce student. Let's go to science. All right. When we pick up science and humanities also, I'm coming, please. Okay. When you talk about science, so say I'm preparing for IIT JEE. All right. For example, if I'm preparing for JEE and considering the situation that is, you also cannot ignore the fact whether it's JEE or NEET. If you are already doing tuitions, you need to be in touch with them right now, right? You need to talk to your faculty members. You also need to know tracking out of all the questions and the chapters and the areas that they come from. What is your struggle area? What is an area which is not up your sleeve? You need to have absolute clarity on that. Next is the clarity that you need on is where are you vis-a-vis your board exams? If you feel, I think board exams is going to be in my control, then you're taking a choice of saying, I am going all out for my entrance exam. Is that a call that you can take? You can take only when you're sure that it's not going to hurt your board chances. If you feel it's not going to hurt your board chances, then you can go all out for entrance exam right now. However, one word of caution, your plan A, for certain students, it can be, I'm only going for JEE. Maybe I'm looking at maybe a BITSAT, maybe other institutions. Someone could be, I'm looking at JEE, I'm also looking at KVPY. For someone, it can be, I am writing JEE, but I'm going to be very strongly looking at the other entrance tests. So for example, it could be SRM, it could be the Manipals, it could be the Shiv Nadars, it could be the new age universities, it could be the old universities. It could be I'm looking at IIT mains, and through IIT mains, I'm looking at triple ITs, NITs, or I'm looking at my state level engineering exams. All right. So that's one. Your second is, excuse me, I am very interested in engineering. If that happens, great. My second is my backup. My backup could be, I'm going to follow something in physics or chemistry or maths alone, standalone, or a combination. You have to have your plan B also with you. Now, there's something very important. A lot of students who ask me, Parikshit, I'm not even 100% sure. What am I going to do this year? I'm not 100% sure about this program or that program. For God's sake, if you are not sure, I will give you 3 tips. Immediately figure out what you want to do. If you don't know, then you talk to your family, talk to your coaches, talk to your tutors. immediately do. If you need some kind of career help, write to Mindler team. Maybe they are in a position to help you, but I'm sorry, you cannot go into November, December, January without knowing what are you doing this year. Now, you may not have 100% clarity, but you have to have some clarity, dear students, on what is your plan A, what's your plan B in case things don't work out as per plan A. Next is all the universities. Look at all the universities which will offer you engineering programs through entrance exams or through your 12th class super score. Where will you get scholarships? Where will you get financial aid? Prepare that plan beforehand. Next is, in case it's engineering, great. If it's not engineering, which other areas are you writing? So whether you're looking at architecture or you're looking at design programs or you're looking at other career alternatives well within the science domain, that also needs to be done right away. You can't leave it for another month or two. All right. So that's very important. Next important thing is your timing. Your timing has to be, if you're not getting time to practice, okay, self-study. I would say self-study. Why am I giving so much of weightage to self-study? Because at times that's the difference between making it and not making it. So somehow you have to work on your self-study a lot. When you talk about, so whether you're talking about NEET or engineering, number one is your areas have to be three. One is my fundamentals are like God as far as these chapters are concerned, these areas are concerned. These are the grim areas. These are areas that I completely struggle with. You need to be aware, and you should have done your SWOT analysis by now as far as your subjects are concerned. Something very essential for you is that a lot of students ask me, Parikshit, I've picked up science, I'm trying my exams, but I'm still not sure about my backups. All right. Do they have to be science backups? Can I also have non-science backups? Now, those are calls, my dear students, you have to take. Those are early calls. Please take them right away. You can't leave it for next few months. Talking about, before I come back, talking about quickly, humanities students. Humanities students, quick question on all the universities. My request to you will be, you picking up and working day and night on the board. I'm sorry, you can't leave everything to your board marks. And you've seen it this year. There are a lot of students who got 97, 98, still struggling in various universities. So therefore, the only thing that they regret is not having a backup. Depending upon your financials, your family support, the kind of university, the kind of program that you're looking at, you need to be very clear as to where you're going. Are you applying for a single major, a double major, or a triple major? What kind of institutions are you looking at? Applying to colleges through entrance exams? Are you looking at applying to colleges through profiling or through straight board merit? I'm sorry, if I were you, I would not leave it only and only to board merit. It may happen that you may be the topper of CBSE, ISC, or different boards. Great, all the best, please go ahead. But the important part is, I will keep reminding you again and again, not just one university, you should have five university backups. If I don't make it here, which is the other university backup? What about their eligibility criteria? What are the entrance exams? Next is, if all the entrance exams from an arts perspective also, whether you have history or you have political science or psychology or geography or many other subjects, you need to have absolute clarity on which university is best known for what kind of department. Where is psychology? If I want to study history, which are the well-known colleges in and around NCR? What are the well-known institutions in Maharashtra? What are the well-known institutions in Karnataka? Okay, down south, where all I have to, you need to know this study should be done now. Otherwise, at the fag end, you'll be running all around and not knowing where to go. And that's where that preparation is required. Last important point before I pick up few questions. Oh my God, we're already on 7:03. Okay, I'll pick up few questions later. Is number one is, if you have questions on what kind of distractions do you have, how to manage those distractions. There could be questions on, Parikshit, how do I kind of synchronize my entire study for over 6 months? All right. I am ready to pick up close to about 10 to 15 questions quickly. But please, all of you can't write because I'll not be able to pick up those questions. If you could ask me 10 or 15 questions, my team, I would request you pick up those questions that I could give straight answers to, and rest.
Sure.
Right.
So yeah. I'll open a chat for a quick second.
Right. And it could be any question on their career,
right.
question on what to do for next 6 months. Oh my God. How do you?
So one question there is, how do I keep my interest developed? Sometimes while studying, I lose my interest. How do I, it's primarily about focus and interest.
I saw the question. I end up wasting a lot of time. How do I do it? You see, that's my point, Abhishek, that students will be struggling with these areas, these distractions, and I can also see a lot of students is I'm sleeping a lot, or that's another problem. And what is more important to research right now, choosing university or choosing just the profession right now? Don't worry about profession. All right. My request to all of you, don't worry about a career. You're not jumping into a career today. So don't worry about profession. You have to know only one thing. What do I study after 12th? And please understand, a lot of people will tell you, no, you need to know where you're going at 30 and 40. No, you don't even know, my dear students. You may have picked up a stream in 11th and 12th. You don't know whether you'll follow that stream at graduation level. You don't even know what you graduate in. You have no idea what you will do at post-graduation. I'm not saying many of you may know, many of you may not know. So please focus on what do you have to do after 12th, number one. All right. Only the program. That's right. So forget about the career. Next is, can you quickly, can you please pick up few questions, Abhishek, and keep asking?
I have. Yes, sir.
What was that question that you asked? How to handle my distractions and how to handle?
Yes, sir. So how to handle distraction? How to stay focused?
I'll give you, there are tons of tips that I can give you, but one very strong tip that I will give you. That's why, if you remember, I told you, make a daily plan, make a weekly plan, make a monthly plan. Now I'll tell you what students make a mistake. They will make a brilliant, beautiful monthly plan. All right. But how do you need to guard your everyday? It's like simple. So simple. Okay. I'll give you a very easy tip. And if you can do this, you will get to know. Start, say maybe your phone, maybe a copy, pencil, whatever you have. Okay. Just note down what time did you get up. Okay. Note down, hey, I'm starting to watch a movie, or I'm just starting to talk to a friend. Note down, I'm starting at this time. All right. And then the talking is happening, chatting is happening, movie is happening, binging is happening. You just went for a walk and you noticed I'm going to walk at this time. You came back after 1.5 hours where you promised to yourself you'll be back within 30 minutes. You went. At the end of the day, see how much time has been wasted. There are a lot of times, my dear friends, we don't even know. So your parents will ask you, so how much did you study? Oh, I studied almost the entire day. Because you kind of believe that you were studying, but when you open the book, your mind wasn't even there productively even for an hour. You were all over the place. So is that productive study? So what I'm trying to say is start guarding your minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. When you note down, at the end of the day, you don't have to show it to anyone. All right. You don't have to go and get scolded by your parents. Just do this for yourself. See, my God, whenever I speak to this friend, I lose connect over time. And then tell your friends and figure out and tell your friends, dude, let me share. We are doing grave injustice to each one of us. Yeah, when you talk to me and the way we do it, You are also not studying. You will also have a problem. I will also have a problem. So you have to talk to your loved ones. Maybe people where you think, oh wow, I'm in love. I'm doing that. Trust me, love will stay even after 6 months. Your loved ones, your best friends, they will all be with you even after 6 months. But these 6 months are never going to come back. Now you will say, Parikshit, listen, I'm sick and tired of listening to this. This time will never come. This time. Actually, my dear friends, time will never come. Your loved ones will stay. This time will never come. And let me share one thing with you. When you make it to your dream college, it could be anything. It could be any institution. Let me tell you that high, that feeling, that wow, my hard work paid. I have made it here. That kick nothing can give you. And those same friends that you chatted with, if they make it somewhere, you will have a heartache. If you don't make it, if you make it, they will. Why bring each other down? We need to kind of motivate each other. Tell your friends, hey, listen, I'm really struggling. Can you be my strength? Can you tell me not to waste time? I will tell you not to waste time. Let's talk to each other, right? This is the time to have very solid heart-to-heart conversations. Achha, okay, now supposing, very simple, say social media. Every now and then you feel like clicking, you feel like checking. Okay, hold on, just deactivate it today. Okay, I'm not saying forever, just deactivate it today and say, to hell with this. You tell me, if you don't put 1,000 posts in next 6 months, what will happen? You think the world is waiting to hear from your post only? Big deal. Anything that's making you weak, and I'm sharing it from the heart, anything that's making you weak right now, take a call. Take a call. Your phone, every now and then, I've shared this, every now and then you feel like looking at the phone. Just go put it somewhere. I will come and pick it up after 4 hours only. I'm not looking at it. So ultimately, please understand, my dear friends, and I'm sharing with you, you will have to rise to the occasion. There is no other way. No other way. Abhishek, can we do one thing?
Right, sir.
I really want to help one of them. So one is they can prepare their own superpower schedule. The other is going to be, let's give them an innovative exercise, okay? The exercise will be, let them, for just next 2 days, let each one of them become a coach, okay, in their head.
Right.
Let them become a coach.
Right.
And all people who are struggling with, how do I write this exam? I'm not able to handle myself. Let them come with unique strategies for next 6 months. Okay. Let them become a coach and come. And 10 people who genuinely come up with most amazing 6-month strategies, let's award them next week. What do you think?
Done. Sounds good, sir. Sounds exciting.
At least that way, they'll get to think, they will get to kind of become a coach and say, hey, listen, this technique will not only work for me. I am a 18-year-old or a 17-year-old. I understand what problems an 18-year-old faces or a 17, and maybe their strategies can work for others also, right?
Absolutely, sir.
Right? Because please understand, I can share any strategy, I can plan, but please understand, I can't think like what a 17, 18-year-old feels, right? So let's give this task to them, right?
Done, sir, done. We'll just show it to them.
Can you also please, one request, can you give it to all of them that they all have some email ID or something, where if they are genuinely struggling with any area, can they write on that email ID, and maybe I won't promise that we will reply to each one of them, but we'll pick up maybe 50, 70 very general questions, and maybe we can do another session someday and pick up those really, really good questions that they come and
Sure,
we could highlight
sure.
them.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. That can be done.
Any email ID that you have that can be
So they can still write at intern@mindler.com, the one they already have. But what we can do is, sir, we'll message them in the way that they can keep a subject that questions for career choices or something like that, so that we know these questions are addressed for what you are saying. So we'll be able to collate them.
I read someone asking, hey, how to make a career if one is not good in studies, how to, I'm very confused how to decide my career. Now these are things that we can help them with. How they can use assessments, how they can decide which career to take, how to select. They can use Mindler blogs, Mindler library. They can read about it. They can do so much.
Yes, sir. Sure,
right?
Sir. Done.
Right.
Absolutely.
So let's pick up these questions, and our entire team can send those questions to me. We will kind of debate about it, and we'll pick up the top 100, 200 questions and help them with that session, right?
Done, sir.
Right. So over to you, Abhishek and Vansh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Raghav.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry, there is so much to this entire system. There can be thousands of questions. I'm sorry, I can only take up so many in 50, 55 minutes, but we promise you, send your questions, as many questions that you want, and we will definitely come back to you to help you.
Well, thank you so much, PD, sir. I think you answered a lot of questions, and this session was very helpful even for, I think, Raghav, Abhishek, and me listening in. It's a refresher
Absolutely.
for us also to value our time and to plan better. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, and one last thing, Vansh, which I really want them to remember, figure out how many hours in a month you have, and then start deducting how many of them are being used in productive, unproductive. Let me tell you, suddenly it's like a sense of urgency and awareness about the time that you're losing. Please understand, you can buy anything in the world, but you can't buy time. And I'm not joking. All right. If you listen to what Steve Jobs said, and he said, I'm one of the world's richest person, but I can't buy even an extra minute. So my request to all you young ones is, please guard your time. Thank you, guys. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Abhishek, could we have the next slide? If you
Yes.
Or I could.
Yeah, there it is.
Control it. Okay, wonderful. So this was a wonderful session, and we have a cherry on the cake with the winners that we're going to announce right now. There you go. Okay. So congratulations to the following: Gurleen Kaur, Rida Khan, Neha Nagesh, Samrit Pathela, Khushi Parik, Adya Thakur, Nishita Diora, Mariam Shriya, Tripti Munjal. So congratulations again. This is wonderful. You submitted, everybody actually submitted very good. The activity was beautifully done, but these are the winners because we have to pick at the end of the day. Abhishek, could we have the next slide, please? Thank you. So just to reiterate what PD sir said, I'm sure all of you remember it, is that this is a task that you don't have to submit. You create your own daily schedule. You monitor your time that is spent productively, that is spent in wasteful activity, and you make this whole schedule for yourself, right? And the second task that we have for all of you, Abhishek, we have the next slide, yeah. It is that about the coaching that sir mentioned, that it's time for you to don a new hat. You have been wonderful as digipreneurs, and now it's time for you to wear the coaching hat and submit these strategies to us for the next 6 months. And we will again, when we meet next, award these winning strategies. Abhishek, I think we have an incorrect deadline mentioned there.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be November.
Yes,
Oh,
November. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Right, so that's the deadline. So that is the 7th of November at 12 p.m. And we're going to all meet again on the 4th of November, Abhishek, if I'm correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And that will show you the entire, tell you more about the Mindler scholarship hunt and show you that dashboard.
And please write all your questions at what is it? Intern?
Intern at Mindler.
So intern@mindler.com, you're correct.
And we will try and pick up your questions and all those questions where we need, you need more intervention, more support. We will come back to you on that. All right.
We've been getting a ton of queries, sir, and a lot of them being promptly answered, but more are welcome. And please don't forget to tag us, all of us. We're very excited to see your posts and be tagged in them. So please keep doing that. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay safe. Take care.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. Thank you. We'll see you soon.